Hamamatsu City in Shizuoka Prefecture is home to many musical instrument manufacturers. This is the factory of Tomita Piano, a company that specializes in refurbishing pianos. In this remarkable factory, every now and then piano sounds can be heard floating through the air amid the cacophony of various machinery. Disassembled pianos are lined up, waiting to be fixed by craftsmen. In addition to repairing and refurbishing pianos, Tomita Piano also sells them in Japan, China, and throughout Europe. Most of the used pianos that come to the factory are upright models made in Japan that were popular in homes, but the company also handles famous import brands. Displayed in the showroom are used pianos that have been refurbished. A domestic upright sells for around $2,000, which is about 1/3 the price of a new one. Each one is fully refurbished with the sheen of the paint job, the beauty of the keyboard, and the sound quality hardly distinguishable from that of a brand new piano. This is a piano made by Steinway USA. It is a renowned model with a strong following among classic and jazz pianists. These days, natural wood finishes are more popular than black painted ones. This probably reflects changes in interior design and styles over the past several decades. The second floor of the factory is lined with close to 100 pianos that have recently been acquired. The company handles about 150 a month. Most of the pianos are from the two major brands in Japan, Yamaha and Kawai. Several decades ago, the two brands were best sellers, manufacturing tens of thousands of them every year. Now that pianos are not as popular, they accumulate here, arriving from homes where they are no longer played.
やっぱりね、昔のピアノの方が材料は良かったり、音も本当に木をね叩いたような音っていうかな。今どちらかというと金属音とかプラスチック関係のね薄っぺらなだんだん音作りになってきちゃってるんで、お子様の情操教育というかな、そういうのにはもう昔のピアノを直すことが一番いいんじゃないかなと思いますし、まあそれに思い出も詰まってますしね、ピアノに。で親から引き継いだピアノを、まあ、自分の子供なり孫に弾かせるっていうのすごい素晴らしいことじゃないかなと、感じてます。
Even the inside of this grand piano looks good as new. Every piano that comes through the factory is completely disassembled and reassembled part by part. A piano contains close to 10,000 parts, so many are replaced during the refurbishing process. Fortunately, because Hamamatsu is home to many instrument manufacturers, there are still small companies here that make the necessary parts. Here, a Steinway upright several decades old is being disassembled. First, it is laid on its side with the keyboard removed so that the legs can be taken off. A piano consists of a heavy metal frame upon which strings are strung across, a keyboard with delicate mechanical parts, and various wooden parts which determine the sound quality and resonance. Even the screws that are removed are handled with care, and the labour-intensive manual process continues. All the disassembled parts are organised on a shelf. After being taken apart, the wooden parts are stripped and repainted with a fresh coat. As even the paint can affect the sound quality, the recoating is done carefully. Any unevenness shows easily on a black surface, so it's a painstaking process. Finally, the surface is buffed until it has a mirror finish and gleams like new. Detailed manual work continues at this work table. Here, the felt on the hammers that strike the strings are pricked with a needle to make them more springy. This is done for all 88 keys on every piano. 4 hammers are gathered at a time, and a tool with a needle at the tip is used to prick the felt several times. The hammers vary in width and thickness depending on the note, so the process is modified accordingly. The parts that relay the motion of the key to the hammer are all made of wood. plastic on all the white keys of the used pianos shipped from this factory are new. This is important because the whiteness of the keys makes a big impression. With use, white keys turn yellow and get scratched, so the old plastic is replaced with new material. But the work doesn't end there. The surface of the plastic is smoothed out and all the edges are rounded. The only way to do this is to sand each key individually. It's a long process that requires a lot of patience. Here is where the final tuning takes place. The keys are adjusted so they depress to the specified depth. This process requires much experience. Each key is played and paper is added to the felt on the bottom until the proper sound and movement is achieved. On top of the keyboard is a box containing paper varying in thickness in increments of hundredths of a millimeter. This process determines everything, including the height of the keys, the sound quality when the hammers hit the strings, and the feel of the keys as they return to their original positions. It is a vital step in which the instrument is brought to life. It is the pinnacle that every piano craftsperson aspires to reach, but not everyone is able to do so. Pianos made in Japan were at their peak in terms of both sales and sound quality in the 1970s. The pianos from that era, refurbished by Tomita Piano, are in high demand in China. The upright piano used to be a symbol of middle-class success and happiness in Japan. Perhaps it plays a similar role in China today. After all the hard work, let's hear how the piano sounds. Even a 30-year-old piano can produce such rich and vibrant sound after being refurbished. It costs around $2,000 to have the factory repair and refurbish an old piano.
本当に組み立てから最終調整まで、できる職人さんっていうのも本当に貴重な存在になってきてますので、そういう方々がね生きてる間に本当に技術を受け継がないといけないし、それができるのが、我々のようなちっちゃな修理工場になってくるんじゃないかなと今思ってます。はい